Hello everyone, I'm Coyote Jack, and this one actually hit the news. And I have to say, imagine how a small studio is telling a big corporate tell how things are done. That with the actions of this small studio that gained a lot of goodwill, is telling how this big corporate has screwed up. That yeah, they had to fucking apologize. They bent over to the ones that they show it. Yeah, we told you so. What we been saying, what we really wanted for you, and you still refuses to give it to us. So what I'm referring, so yeah, we have this headline from Insider Gaming. SQUEENIX will make more turn-based games and recognize success of Cure Expedition 33. I enjoying this. I enjoying this so much. So it's an example when one studio fuck up so much, and now they are finally having buyer's remorse. Hey, they have been one for quite a while, and they are catching on because someone is decided to inspire themselves from the past of said company and do some justice, and they are making all the money. So this article starts like this. Not many saw the outrageous success coming in for Clair Obscure Expedition 33. The game had potential, but it likely exceeded all expectations in current year. So much as SqueenX investors is reportedly pushing for SqueenX to shift gears back to turn-based games using Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest as examples. So it's not even the executives, it's not even the developers, because we have seen that some of those developers, Japanese developers, turn it into dickless cocks. It's a fucking investor, like I said with those public traded companies, they are the ones calling the shots, and this one is actually saying, hey, you used to do this, you used to do this, you you strive away from doing it, and now someone else is doing it and is making up the money. Hey, what the fuck is going on here? And the only thing they came out around Tantan was so many fucking excuses, while also doing ESG bullshit, appealing to the broader audience. And we're seeing how that's working out for them. We are seeing the results of that. So Final Fantasy hasn't been overly turn-based title in some time. You could argue Final Fantasy XII was the final game to embrace any proper turn-based elements. It was like a fucking mix within RTS and turn-based game. Yeah, it was strange. I played that one. Since then, SqueezeNix has focused on creating more engaging real-time action. This must not stay forever. Engaging in a way that is not turn based anymore. But could future Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest games be turn based? They used to be in the past. Well, that's the fucking problem with these corpos. They say much wider audience, my mother audience, and they are realizing after it's too fucking late that hey, people asked you for this, why you are not giving it to them? They are telling it to your face, I want this. Please, I want this. No, 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 here is that. And also with some of the decisions with outside of the online components for main entries, like calling Final Fantasy 11 and Fantasy 14 online instead of being separated lines. Yeah, I think that also helped to, chase many people away. And from what I heard, yeah, people are still wishing for something like that from this company, but they also have indies, and I think that they should support those because they are still turn-based games, RPGs that go in many genres, and most aside for hentai games and some kind of gores like what is it, Fear and Hunger, but there is that people that like turn-based games with some RNG added to the mix. So, Claroscure Expedition 33. No, excuse me, I almost forgot to read you this one. Final Fantasy purists will probably love to return a purely turn-based FF game. According to a translated post from Genki, on one SQUEENIX investors pushing for the company to return to its roots. At Square Enix shareholders meeting, on one investor said they would like the new Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy games to be turn-based and highlighted Expedition 33's success as an example, its claim. So Clair Obscur Expedition 33 has experienced massive success as a turn-based RPG. There's plenty of life left in the game, as Square recognized this. SQUEENIX responded that they are aware of Expedition 33. They are copying, molding, and seeding at the same time, and believe that command-based RPG are the origin of SQUEENIX, because that's how it fucking started. They value the genre of command-based RPGs and plan to continue delivering such as games in the future. So they even, I have to say, if there are already alternatives there, don't give them the opportunity anymore. We have seen how it turned out with Final Fantasy 16. The best sales they did was on PS5, but because that exclusivity deal, well, already buried any potential sale. Even if because people that streamed that game, well, the ones that they were interested, but they don't want to buy a fucking console like the Sony one, or even on Xbox, they are on PC. They were looking at that and man, what a left that, and they just went turn away. And well, with the Steam release, we saw that they flopped gigantically extra hard. They slammed themselves to the floor and they grabbed their own head and they were smashing it to the ground over and over again, doing this to themselves. And hey, people, warned them. I already said that, hey, this is what I want, please. Fucking please! And they refuse to acknowledge it, so this one. Squares doesn't appear to be done with turn-based gameplay. Well, they're going to be done when they go out of business, that is. It will make sense, and despite the critical acclaim for Final Fantasy XVI, the game didn't meet sales expectations, and I already delivered a rant to you. So there is that. The SQUEENIX they must be hitting their balls right now, or what's remaining of that ball since I think they decided to chop on themselves and leave the metastases grow out there, something like that. Because Jesus Christ, yeah, they decided to stop listening to customers a long time ago, and then a new alternative comes up, and like I said, yeah, alternatives, those are the ones that are going to deliver. But there is that. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching and please take care.